Okay, I'm back again. Uh, we're going to look at this. We're going to go into Ruth chapter 2. But before we do that, we're going to finish Ruth chapter 1. And I had some thoughts because people left me some comments that really gave me a really interesting perspective. I'm kind of surprised at how people are embracing what I was teaching on the book of Ruth. It's really kind of surprising to me, but it's good. Okay. So, what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at this Ruth chapter 2. We're going to look at this Ruth chapter 2. I want to I want to bring out something. I want to go back to Ruth chapter 1. Verse 16. Let's look at this, y'all. Let me show you what Ruth did not say by showing you what she did say. And I'm going to show you why. In Ruth chapter 1, verse 16, Ruth said, "Entreat me not to leave thee." I don't want to leave you. Don't ask me to leave you, Naomi. This is what Ruth told Naomi. Or return from following after thee. And I know what people say. I don't follow no man. Why is Ruth following after Naomi? Why don't you just follow the Most High? Since her husband is dead, why don't you just follow? Why she got to follow after some woman? This is the way people think today. Not just women, men too. I ain't following no man. But look what Naomi. Naomi's so humble. You don't see this in women or men today. In respect to people in leadership, you just don't see it. Now, certainly you see it when people are wicked. When you have wicked leaders, yeah, people kowtow, they bow down, they scrape the ground for them. But if somebody's righteous, they can't do nothing right. Look what Naomi tells. Look what Ruth tells Naomi. And Ruth said, "Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go." That is just so beautiful. I could tell Ruth was a good wife. I could tell Ruth was a good wife. Look how she is interacting with her mother-in-law. And she a Moabite. I Whether thou goest, I will go, and whether thou lodgest, I will lodge. Notice what Ruth is not saying. Ruth don't say this. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm going to really get into this thing. Ruth don't tell Naomi, if you keep following the Most High, I'm going to keep following you. You notice that she don't say that? You know why? You know why? Don't jump to conclusions. Don't get ahead of me. You know why she don't tell her that? Because she already knows she following the Most High. She don't have to put no qualifiers on it. She don't have to. She got history with Naomi. She don't have to say, well, if my mother-in-law treat me right, I'll follow her wherever she don't have to say that. Why? Because she did her due diligence. She saw what kind of mother Naomi was to her husband. She saw what kind of mother Naomi was to her own husband before she died. See, you got to be very careful, people. If you got to put qualifiers on a person, that means you don't know them well enough. Uh-oh. That means you're putting too much confidence in them prematurely. Hello. That means you have not properly vetted them. If you got to say, well, if you follow the Most High, I'm going to follow the Most High. If you shouldn't be telling nobody that. If that means you don't know them well enough. You're the problem. But you're trying to flip it and make them the problem by saying, well, if you serve the Most High, I'm going to serve the Most High. You see, if you got to put an if on somebody that you're about to follow, you shouldn't be following them. Hello, hello. If it means you don't believe them, or it means you don't have sufficient evidence, but you're just going to go ahead and do it anyway. Shabbat Shalom, melanated sea coder. And I know a lot of people think that that's legitimate. Now, now there is a time to say if. There is a time to say if such and if such and such. There is a time for that. But there is no time for a if you're in the situation that Ruth is in with Naomi. Ruth got some history with Naomi. Look what she says. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee. Notice Ruth don't tell Naomi, entreat me not to leave thee, if. Or to return following after thee, if you keep serving the Most High. For whether thou goest, I will go, if you keep following the Most High. You notice that Ruth is not telling Naomi, if. You know why? Because she's proven Naomi. She's proven Naomi. That's why she don't say if. If Ruth spent all this time with Naomi, All these years with Naomi, she watched her life. She watched the way she worshiped. She watched the way she ran her home. She watched the way she served her husband, her sons. And then after her husbands and sons died, then she says she started throwing all these ifs out here, like she don't know who or what Naomi really is in character. See, a lot of people want to get off the hook, y'all. A lot of people want to scapegoat people. That's why, oh yeah, I told him that. I told her or him I would love her forever if she followed the Most High. Well, if you got to put if in there, that means you had some doubts. That means you had some plausibility for doubt, but you just worked against your own conscience. That's like Satan telling Yehoshua over there in Matthew chapter 4 and Luke 4, if thou be the son of man, command these stones be. Why he gotta put an if on there? He know Yehoshua is the son of man. Why he gotta put an if on there? See, that's doubt. Shabbat shalom, Pamela Lampkin and family. Good to see you. And yes, Pamela, I do understand the comment that you left. Yeah, I do understand the comment that you left. And yes, that is a huge factor. It really is. So in Ruth chapter 1, verse 16, Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, nor to return from following after thee. The reason why Ruth could tell Naomi all these things without adding a if to it is because she knew the character of Naomi. See, a lot of times when women and men get together, they get together prematurely. They don't see them go through good times. They don't see them go through bad times. And so everything is going to be iffy. Why? Because you don't know how a person reacts under pressure. When you don't understand how a person reacts under pressure, yep, everything is going to be iffy. You're going to have to always add qualifiers. Well, if he stay faithful to God, I will be submissive. Well, if she stay faithful to God, I will be submissive to the Most High. Well, if she cook right, well, before you marry a woman, you should know if she can cook anyway. And I'm not talking about shacking. You should have done your due diligence before you married her. You should have knew if she could boil an egg way before you married her. Women, you should know if a man is able to pay bills way before you marry him. Way before you marry him, you should know if he is hardworking. You should know that. You shouldn't be saying stuff after you get married. Well, if he keep working hard, I'll be whatever. No, no. That means you married somebody prematurely. If after you marry them, you got to say if. The reason why you don't see Ruth saying if concerning Naomi in verse 16 is because she already know what Naomi is. She know what the lady is. She don't have to say, look, listen to this. Verse 16, y'all. I'm spending a lot of time on this. And I want to say this to parents too. Parents should protest their sons and daughters going out and snatching somebody up, and they don't know who they are. They don't know how clean they are. They don't know if they can cook. They don't know if they love the Most High. They don't know even if they love themselves. And when you don't know anything, guess what you say? If. You need to know what the strengths of a person is and the weaknesses are, especially in a crisis. See, a lot of people, they're going to be faithful to the Most High. They're going to appear faithful to the Most High. Let me say it that way. They're going to appear faithful to the Most High until a crisis comes. As long as the sun is shining, they're going to appear faithful. But soon as it starts raining, all hell about to break loose. Look at this, y'all. Let me show you how faithful Naomi was, how consistent and virtuous she was. You can tell how virtuous she was by the things Ruth was saying about her. Listen, I will go whither thou goest, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people. In other words, Ruth is telling Naomi, I want your people to be my people. Whoever you come from, I want them to be my people. The type of things that Ruth is saying to Naomi, the type of vetting process that Ruth has put Naomi under is the type of vetting that every couple should do to each other before they get married, before they even start courting. Yeah. We don't be knowing our mates that well when we first see them, y'all. When we make covenants with mates, we don't be knowing them as well as Naomi. Ruth knows Naomi. We don't. But this right here is a blueprint of how well a woman and a man should know each other before they even start courting, before they bind their lives together, and even a courtship covenant. We see the girl, she have nice hips, nice breasts, a nice waist, and she could say shalom real good. And we start bucking our eyes. The lady see a man with a nice bicep, got a nice deep voice, beautiful brown eyes. He know a few scriptures, and we a little thirsty. And guess what? We don't need no more background check. We don't need no more background check. That's the extent of our background check. Big biceps. He knows some scriptures. He got fringes. That's it. That's it. And then he teaches a doctrine like sex is marriage. It's like, oh, okay, he's in like fleeing now. Sex is marriage. Okay, wow, wow. This is a match made in heaven. See? Crazy, y'all. We don't be knowing nothing about the person. We don't know what kind of character they have. We don't know what their situational ethics is. We don't know what their morals are. We don't even know what people's morals are in a crisis. Let me tell you something, y'all. If you marry a person before you see them in a crisis, you're being thirsty. You're being premature. Okay, I'll say it again. Nobody wants to hear this part. If you marry a person before they go through a crisis, you've seen them go through a crisis, you don't know who you're marrying. Let me tell you something. If you marry a person and you've never seen them happy before, forget not just a crisis, but if you marry a person and you never seen them happy, you are doing something you don't supposed to be doing. You never seen the person happy, but guess what? You go marry them? Are you kidding me? You go marry a person and you never seen them sad. Never. You stop it. And the reason why you're marrying is because they always happy. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. We live in a world of sin and you never seen them sad before. Something is wrong with them and you. You marry a person and you never seen them work their way out of a difficult situation. Y'all don't even talk about it. Look what Ruth told Naomi. I will lodge where you lodge, thou lodge, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God. These are good wedding vows, only if you mean it. Don't say stuff like this in no wedding vows and you don't mean it. Don't ever say nothing in a wedding vow, in any type of vow, and you don't mean it. I'll live where you live, die where you don't say that if you don't mean it. I know it sounds good, but you don't tell nobody lies while you give them a vow. Ruth chapter 1, verse 17. Where thou diest, I will die. And where thou be buried, the Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught be death part thee from me. Now, all these things that Ruth is saying on Naomi speaks to how virtuous Naomi was. And even though Ruth was from Moab, guess what? It sold in her that same level of dedication. You see? So by Ruth serving Naomi in this fashion, She was serving the Most High. Look at that, y'all. Even though Naomi is a human being, because Naomi was serving the Most High as faithfully as she was, it drew out of Ruth wanting to serve the Most High in the same way. Serve Ruth, Naomi, in the same way that Naomi was serving the Most High. This is the way it's supposed to be in the marriage. The man's supposed to be able to be so faithful to the Most High that the wife say, you know what? I want to live where you live. I want to die where you die. Let me tell you something. Very few men, after they marry a woman after she marries a man won't even tell a man that. I'm going to live. I want to live where you live, die where you die. No, it's not like that. I grew up in a household with both parents and wasn't taught how to be a wife, and my brother wasn't taught how to be husband, and yet going to church with the main focal. Yet going to church was the main focal point. Exactly, exactly. And the reason why you grew up in a household that didn't teach y'all how to be good husbands and wives is because y'all was going to church. That's what was stopping you. That's exactly what was stopping you. The faithful dedication to going to church was the very thing stopping you from learning how to be a good mother and your brothers being good fathers. You see? Now, let me tell you this. All this stuff that Ruth is telling Naomi in verse 16 and 17 is based on stuff she already know and have proven. Let me tell you something, y'all. People act like vows cannot be broken. People act like the Most High don't allow if a vow is broken. And I wonder why. Now, if Naomi would have started acting like a devil, all of a sudden, Ruth did her due diligence. But let's say that Naomi said, you know what? I want to start following the devil. After, watch this, y'all. After Ruth said all these things, I'm going to live where you live, die where you die, bury where you bury. You mean to tell me that the Most High is going to hold Ruth to her oath because the environment of the oath has changed? Come on, y'all. That's not the Most High. That's not the Most High. That's the devil. So you marry a man. He's all faithful to the Most High. He loves you. He's caring for you. But then what? Hold on a second. I'm going to help somebody today. Whenever you give a vow, it's based on conditions. It really is, y'all. You wouldn't have made the vow if you would have never made the vow if certain conditions were not in operation. So why is it that if the conditions change, You are the one that's the oath breaker. When the person has augmented the conditions. So, and I know what a lot of Christian men believe. They believe that a wife should be faithful no matter what. And when I say faithful, keep her marriage covenant. Even if the man is killing her, even if he's killing the children, she should still keep her. Y'all, that's not right. That's stupid. Run, 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 and don't look back. This is crazy, y'all. People read all these laws in the Bible about don't be an oath breaker, a covenant breaker. And they never factor in that if the person you made the covenant with changes the environment and the conditions that you made the covenant with, the oath is already broken. The covenant is broken already. But you want to blame the stop. Please stop that. That guy down in Alabama who put his daughter in the car and burnt the car up, chained the doors closed, and his 3-year-old daughter, he burnt the car up. You mean to tell me that the wife should still stay with him? Oh, no. Y'all, there are Christians and Hebrew Israelites that believe that if a husband take the child, put them in the car, and put gasoline in it, chain the doors closed, burn up the little baby, that the wife should still stay with him because she made a covenant till death do us part. Y'all better stop it. You better stop lying. That is not the Most High. That's the devil. And then if after he done all that, if she said, you know what, that's it, and the lady go get remarried, she's a whore. She's a whore because her husband's still alive who killed their children. Oh, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop that. I want to play that story. I want to look for that story and play that for you. You got to watch. I'm going to tell you, y'all got to watch these men with Bibles. Watch them. Oh my God. They'll have you believing all kind of silly stuff. Watch these men with Bible, including me. If I start saying something crazy, unsubscribe. Please do me a favor. This is crazy. These guys are going to put more emphasis on the fact that the wife left a murderer than they're going to put on the fact that the guy murdered their child. I want you to hear this, y'all. Listen to this. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. You got to watch these guys with Bibles, I'm telling you. A lot of them just be lying and using the Bible as a prop. using scriptures as a prop to do wickedness. That's really what they're doing, y'all. Let's just keep it real. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil.
The darkness of this situation is just unbelievable. The thought of 3-year-old Zoe Pereira dying after being pulled out of her father's burning car is hard enough for her family to bear. We found her mother, aunts, and cousins placing small mementos at the scene. But what has them devastated is little Zoe could have died at the hands of her own father.
The chains were on the door, that he ran out of the car. They said that he was the cause of it, and it's shocking.
Sources tell Pix11 the back doors of the burning car were chained shut from the inside, and first responders found 2 canisters of gas in the back seat, as well as a propane tank inside the trunk, leading police to believe this was no accident. But witnesses tell a different story.
The dad, he was trying to take that child from the car. And because he was on fire, and they asked him to get out, leave it, because no one knew what he was doing.
The father, 39-year-old Martin Pereira, was seen jumping in nearby Baisley Pond around 9 Sunday night while firefighters desperately gained access to the burning car. The car was at the intersection of Baisley Boulevard and 154th Street. They eventually pulled little Zoe out, but she was barely breathing. At that point, the handles the chains were attached to inside the car melted. Air 11 was over the aftermath of the horrific scene.
I don't want to say what my wish is for him, but I'm shocked.
And back here live now, you see that little makeshift memorial there for little Zoe. We were able to confirm the parents had a history of domestic violence, and minutes before the car fire, well, a source tells us that the mother of the child called 911 to say the father apparently called a family member and said he was going to hurt himself and the child. For now, we're live in Springfield Gardens. Nicole Johnson, Pix11 News.
All right. Boy, that's a hard story to hear. That's a hard story to hear, y'all. The man, if this man did this man burned his daughter up in a car. His baby. And I saw another news report on this. The details are still coming in, and some of them are still contradictory. And I really don't like commenting on stuff when information is still ongoing. But I want to look at another one.
Developing right now, a 3-year-old little girl is dead after she was discovered in a burning car in Queens. Her father now hospitalized and in police custody. Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller joins us live from Springfield Gardens with the very latest developments. Derek?
And Charlene, police say that little girl had been the subject of a custody dispute. And this morning, her 39-year-old father is in Jamaica Hospital in police custody after they found that little girl burning inside this Audi A6. And you can see police investigators here on the scene. This has been surrounded by police tape as a crime scene since shortly before 11 o'clock last night. At the scene, you could see one of 2 gas canisters authorities pulled from the car here at 154th and Baisley Boulevard. They say the 39-year-old father was in the front seat when the car ignited. His little girl, Zoe Pereira, in the back seat, just 3 years old. She burned and was pronounced dead at Jamaica Hospital. Well, the father got out and he extinguished himself in the pond nearby.
I didn't see, but he jumped in there because they went over there and I saw them. They pulled him out. We were standing over here, but we could see after a long time. So he was in there for a while.
How horrible was all this to see?
It was crazy. It was not good.
And back here live at the scene, again, you see that car is still here this morning. Crime scene investigators have been taking pictures, searching for clues in this. And as for the father, he, again, is at the hospital being questioned by police. So far, he has not been charged with a crime. One other detail I can share with you is that police found chains in the back seat. Certainly a lot of unanswered questions here at the scene.
Yeah, it's too much going on with this story. It's too much going on with this story right now to really say what really happened. But my point is this, irregardless, my point is this, y'all. The reason why I brought this story, invoked this story, is because, y'all, you gotta know a person, y'all. You gotta know a person before you make a covenant with them. You gotta know a woman before you ask her what kind of family she come from, what kind of food she like to eat, what kind of movies do she like to watch. Do she like rooting for the good guy or the bad guy? The righteous or the wicked? You can tell where people's heads at by the type of movies they watch and who they rooting for in the movie. We don't be getting enough information on people. We just marry people. We don't know them. We don't know if they love children. We don't even ask them if they want children. We just start having sex and somebody get pregnant, and next thing you know, you never even know if they even wanted children. But you get them pregnant, or you let them get you pregnant, and then you got a child. Let's go back to Ruth. Let's look at verse 18. And when she saw that she was steadfast minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So Naomi stopped trying to convince Ruth to go back to Moab after she saw that this lady was for real about loving her, being faithful to her, following her, living with her, becoming one of her people. Ruth chapter 1, verse 19. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass when they were come to, when they came to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said, is this Naomi? So these people knew who Naomi was. And she said unto them, call me not Naomi. So Naomi was popular in Bethlehem. It says that all the city was moved about them. In other words, Naomi's back. Naomi's back. That righteous and virtuous woman, she's back. And so the whole city came to see her. Verse 20, and she said unto them, call me not Naomi, call me Mara. For the Almighty have dealt with me bitterly with me. Verse 21, I went out full, and the Lord have brought me home again empty. Why then call me Naomi? seeing Yahuwah have testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me. Verse 22. So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of the barley harvest. So Naomi was a celebrity wherever she went. If she was in a heathen town like Moab, she was a celebrity. And when she went back home, she was a celebrity. There are some people, no matter where they go, nobody knows them as a holy person. Nobody knows them as a righteous person. Nobody knows them as that. Because they ain't spent no time with nobody. Look at this, y'all. I believe the reason why all these people in Bethlehem came out to Naomi is because they knew her. They knew her character. Ruth chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Amalek. And his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. So it looks like Naomi gave Ruth some intelligence about Boaz. And Ruth pursued the lead. Verse 3. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the kindred of Amalek. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahuwah be with you. And they answered him, Yahuwah bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servants that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? Look at this, y'all. When Boaz met Ruth, she was working, not twerking. Uh-oh, I'm about to preach. When Boaz met Ruth, she was working, not twerking. Oh boy, nobody wants to hear it now. Now the waters are getting rough now. See, when I think about twerking, I never think about working. And when I'm thinking about working, I'm not thinking about some twerking. When Boaz saw Ruth bent over, she was bent over, not twerking. She was bent over working in the field, picking up grain, harvesting food. That's the only way he saw her bent over. Uh-oh. Oh, nobody wants to hear this part. The first time that Boaz saw Ruth bending over is because she was working, not because she was twerking. Uh-oh. So when he saw her bent over working, he said, "Man, who is this over here working like this? Who's that little fine girl over there working hard? Not in the club popping bottles with short skirts on, dancing with a drink in her hand. Now, this lady was bent over in the field, sweating, not because she was dancing, not because she was twerking, not because she was trying to make it clap. She was working to provide for her family. She was being virtuous. Let me tell you something. You can liken twerking to more than just a dance, y'all. A lewd dance. It's like that mother that we've been seeing on the internet. She went to the graduation because her grandson graduated and she started twerking. Grandmother, grandmother. You don't want to hear that part. Grandmother. Okay. You don't believe me? Let me show you the video. Let me show you the video. I know you've seen it already, but you're going to see it again. The grandmother is at the graduation making it clap. Breasts falling all out. Just being a big fat whore, a big fat slut, and was bold. She was not ashamed. She wasn't embarrassed. Her breast was falling out. Just an old whore. And it's hard to believe that lady is married. The way that lady was acting, if she was married, I would be shocked to death. The way that she was acting, I could tell she was not married. She was bent over, putting her butt all in front of the graduating class face, bouncing and jiggling all over the place. And the way she was dancing is the same way. You can't judge me. That's what she's like, hey, just ratchet. Grandmother is ratchet. Grandmother is ratchet, nasty, just stank, but all in everybody's face. Just a wild heathen. Disgusting. And all this over a graduation from high school? High school, y'all? Oh my God. The fruit is that low hanging that you're going to do a lap dance, basically, in front of everybody? Because your son graduated from high school? No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. If that grandson got any brains, if she haven't totally destroyed him, because if she was raising him, oh my God. Oh my God. She was raising him. Oh my God. But my point is this, y'all. Ruth wasn't that type of woman. I did want to show y'all that video. This lady, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. No, she didn't. No, this woman didn't get up there and show her behind. That's exactly what she did. Just thought. Just, oh my goodness. She bent over too. I mean, uh, oh yeah. It's just the most ratchet. And look at this, y'all. These are little kids, y'all. She did all this sexually explicit movement in front of a whole graduating class. These are kids, y'all. Look at her. Look just like a wild beast that they just let out of a cage. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, no, no. Now look at this. Look at this. And you got the other black girls egging her on. You better get it, girl. Girl, girl. Just, oh my God. The only person trying to stop her is the white man, the little white security guard. Only person. Purple hair. Just, my man, what's going on, y'all? Somebody's mating with this girl? Really? Somebody's paying this lady some attention. And that's why she act like this. She thinks she got it going on. Breasts falling all out. You better get it, girl. Let me tell you, this girl, she bent over so far to show her butt to the graduating class, she had to touch the ground with her hands. Just indecent. Y'all. And guess what? All the young people, the young girls are screaming loud, egging her on while they're graduating. Why wonder they have so many highly educated black women on TV today and they be fighting and doing ratchet stuff. People think because they got degrees, they got some culture. They ain't got no culture. They just as ratchet as the ones that didn't go to university. Really crazy, y'all. Really a shame. Really it is. Ruth wasn't doing that stuff, y'all, that you just saw that lady doing. Ruth wasn't doing all that. When Boaz saw Ruth bent over, she was working, not twerking. It's just sad. And I feel sorry for the young boy. He just embarrassed him. She stole the limelight. This boy is graduating from high school and she started getting up there and getting her fat behind up there and shaking it all over the place, making herself the object of his graduation. Just selfish and wicked. Just straight up wickedness. But anyway, so Ruth chapter 4, verse 2, verse 4. And Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answer him, the Lord bless thee. And and then said Boaz unto his servant that set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitess damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. See how Ruth got Boaz's attention, not twerking, but working. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and have continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast with my maidens. You see that, y'all? Already Ruth is getting favor from Boaz. Not because she's twerking, because she's working. Ruth chapter 2, verse 9. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? Boy, she getting some favor from Boaz. And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessel and drink of that which the young men have drawn. You don't even have to draw your own water. He's giving her favor, y'all. Her reputation as a virtuous woman is preceding her. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground. Wow. He didn't get on his face and bow to the ground. She got on her face and bowed to the ground. Why? Because he was showing her favor. Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? Yes, we got to know how to treat strangers, y'all. We got to know how to treat strangers who want to bind their lives with us as Israelites. Our people still don't know how to do this. You still got guys standing on the corner talking about kill everybody. Do you see Boaz talking about killing Ruth? No. Do you hear Boaz telling Ruth you're going into slavery? No. Uh-oh, see, nobody wants to hear that part. Tearing down those one West doctrines. And Boaz answered and said unto her, I have fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto my mother-in-law since the death of thine husband. See, even though Boaz wasn't with Ruth, he got a background check on Ruth through Naomi. Oh boy, I'm preaching. He got an alpha report on Ruth from Naomi. Uh-oh. Let's read that again. Ruth chapter 2 verse 1, 2 verse 11. Then Boaz answered and said unto her, I have fully been shown. Listen, y'all. Boaz got intel on Ruth. Boaz got intel on Ruth. He started inquiring about her, doing background checks, alpha reports, not with the enemy, not with the Moabites, but with the Israelite, Naomi. He got the alpha report from Naomi, his own people, on what kind of woman, for real, Ruth was. Look what he says. This is not gossip, y'all. Everything that somebody report about somebody else is not gossip. I don't think we know what gossip is. Boaz answered and said unto her, it hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, how thou hast left thy father, thy mother, and thy land of thy nativity, and are come unto a people which thou knowest not herefore. Why didn't Boaz tell Ruth, you're going into slavery? You're going to the cotton field. Why he didn't tell her that? Hello? One West Hebrew Israelites, why he didn't tell her that? The Israelites showed this Moabite favor. Now I know what One West Hebrew Israelites teach. They teach no matter what the Moabites and the Edomites and all these people, the ites do, they're going to have to be killed. Not all of them, y'all. Not all of them. Not every single Moabite and every single Edomite is going to have to be killed. Now, I will say this. All of their leaders that abused us, yes, they are going to be killed off. Yes, they will. That's true. I don't dispute that. The leaders, oh, absolutely. The ones that led out in our destruction, oh, absolutely. The ones who were making policies worldwide, oh yeah, that's the end of them. Not one of them shall be left. And we have a good example of this, y'all. We have a real good example of this. in the book with Rahab the harlot. Everybody in the kingdom had to die, but Rahab made it out. So when the Bible says not one of them is going to be left, when the Bible, it means their leaders. It means their political structure. It means their economic system, their healthcare system. Yeah, that's true. Not one of those things is going to be left. But it don't mean that not one single person is going to make it. How do you explain Rahab the harlot? Hello. How do you explain that? The whole city of Jericho was destroyed, but Rahab made it out. And not just Rahab, y'all. Everybody in Rahab's family made it out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So when the Bible says not one of them is going to be left, there's a context for what it means when it says not one of them is going to be left. Their police system, their military, their banking system. How do you explain Cornelius, Roman gentleman? What about him? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying the same thing I'm saying. I got you. I got you. You're asking how, but you're saying the same thing I'm saying. Right. Exactly. Exactly, Pamela. Exactly. So when the Bible says not one of them is going to be left, not one of their legislators is going to be left, not one of their chief of police is going to be left, not one of their banking apparatuses is going to be left that oppressed us, healthcare system, abortion clinic, none of those things are going to be left. But as an individual, yeah, there's going to be an Edomite left. There's going to be an Edomite here and there that's left. But as far as a nation of Edomites, no. They're not going to have no government anymore. That's going to be the end of them. So look at this, y'all. In Ruth chapter 2, verse 11, look what it says. And Boaz answered and said unto her, it hath fully been showed me, fully, all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thy husband. See, y'all, let me tell you something. Nobody is supposed to just come up in Israel and start teaching, and thousands of people start following them. Where's the background check? Hello? Where's the background check for all these people in Israel that's teaching? Huh? Just because you got a Bible and a good memory and you're eloquent, it don't mean you're supposed to be teaching in Israel. Look what Boaz said. Boaz answered and said unto her, I have fully been showed me. It have fully been showed me all that thou hast done. What have these people did? Before they came in Israel, what kind of Christians were they? Uh-oh, see? What kind of Baptists were they? What kind of Seventh-day Adventists were they? What kind of Pentecostals were they? Boaz is telling Ruth, I heard what you was doing before you got to us, before you came to Israel. I heard what you do. We just see somebody on the internet and we just start following them. We don't even know their real name. The only name we know them as is their Hebrew name. So let me throw it out there. My name is Frederick Lewis Thomas. That's my slave name, okay? That's my government name. I'm 50 years old from Illinois. You want to do a background check on me? Go ahead. Hello. Knock yourself out. People using these Hebrew names to hide behind. That's all they doing, y'all. They're just using Hebrew names to hide behind. What's your real name? Not your real name, but, well, your government name, your birth name, your slave name. What's that? And let me tell you something. You got to watch these people online that you're listening to, and they're not Israelites, but nobody knows how these people look, but they got very popular YouTube channels like Professor Black, Black Authority. Nobody even know what their real name is. Professor Black, that's not your real name. Black Authority. Nobody even know how these guys look. But guess what? They are influencers in the Black community, huge influencers in the Black community. And I'm not saying that these guys are not brilliant. I'm not saying that they're not smart. I'm not hating on them. These guys are, but nobody knows who they are. But they putting out documentaries and everybody go watch them. You don't even know how the person look. You don't know if they married. You don't know if they gay. You don't know if they're a pedophile. You can't do no background check on them. You can't do no background check on them. But yet, Professor Black and Black Authority are huge on the internet. Got thousands of followers. And Black people just follow them blindly. And you know they follow them blindly because you don't even know how they look. You don't know where they live. You don't know nothing about them. My name is Jason in Hebrew. Is Jason. Same thing. Call me whatever. Okay. Right. Now we'll call you by your Hebrew name. We'll call you by your Hebrew name. It's all good. But I'm talking about people who hide. Everybody who has a Hebrew name is not hiding. But a lot of people are, especially on the internet. Especially on the internet. I'm not going to follow nobody on the internet and I can't see their face. I don't know they real. Nah, I might listen to them, but I'm not going to like really follow them like that. So, right. Ruth chapter 2, verse 12. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward is given to thee of Yahuwah, of Elohim of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. So Ruth came to trust in the Most High by having a relationship with Naomi. See, Naomi was being a light to Ruth. Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Elohim. Boys, I'm going to tell you something. They are macking here. Ruth and Joab are macking. They are macking. There's some mac power going on here. Then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord. Boy, please. Please. My Lord. Oh my God. She laying it down. For thou hast comforted me. Oh boy, this is getting good. And for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid. Oh, good grief. Oh boy. Oh my God. Boy, this thing getting hot and heavy here. Though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids. Now Boaz about to spit back at her. And Boaz said unto her, at mealtime, come thou hither. Uh-oh. It's on, boy. It's on. Ooh, boy. I see some sparks flying, y'all. I see a burning inferno. Good grief. And Boaz said unto her, at mealtime, come thou hither and eat of the bread and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her, reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and did left. Oh, good grief. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Ooh, hoo, 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 wee. Oh, this is so funny. I mean, they are popping off. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves and approach her not. Oh boy. Boaz is mesmerized now. Boaz is done for him. He been sprung. Listen to what he told her in verse 15. Listen what he told his servants in 15. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded the young men, saying, let her glean even, let her glean even among the sheaves. And reproach her not. Yeah, I know we don't suppose, I know that ain't the normal policy, but we gonna let her pass. Oh, good grief. Ooh. Boaz breaking protocol for Ruth. Oh my goodness. I know we don't normally do this, but what I want you to do, that little part over there on the field over there, let Ruth have that. I know we don't normally do that, but we just gonna do it just this one time. Ooh, boy, good grief. So she gleaned in the field. Now watch this though. Watch this, y'all. Verse 16. And let fall, watch this. This brother is hooking her up. Look, verse 16. And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them that she may glean them and rebuke her not. Good grief. Not only do she get choice part of the field, but as like when y'all horses are going out, y'all donkeys, like let some of the grain fall off the donkeys so she can get it. Ooh, boy. Oh, Ruth is getting the hook up. But watch this. She's getting the hook up as she works. She's She wasn't just sitting on her back. She wasn't just twerking. She was working. Uh-oh. Boaz is hooking Ruth up. Boaz is causing Ruth to level up in the field. Ruth is leveling up. Ruth's job is made way more easier than anybody else. And she's not even an Israelite? Wait a minute now. What about that One West doctrine? Why is Ruth getting a hookup? First of all, she got favor from Boaz, but she never would have had favor from Boaz if Naomi, see, you forgot about Naomi, didn't you? If her mother-in-law is the source of her hookup. See, she's in relationship with Naomi. She said, I'm going to live where you live, die where you die. Your God is going to be my God. Wherever they bury you, they're going to bury me. See, she didn't know what kind of covenant she was making with Naomi, but Naomi didn't forget. Naomi didn't forget all that stuff that Ruth told her in chapter 2, verse 16. See. And even before, listen to this, even before Ruth made that covenant with Naomi, she already had background with Naomi when her husband was alive. See? So it's not just based on what you say, it's based on how you live. Uh-oh. See, a lot of people say a lot of good stuff, but their life don't match up with the good stuff that they talk about. It don't. They get real picky. They get real iffy on you. Well, if you keep serving the Most High, I'll keep following you. When you read what Ruth said to Naomi in Ruth chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, it's not one if in there. You know why? Because Ruth already proved who Naomi was way before. And that's why she could with confidence say, I'm going to live where you live, die where you die. I'm going to worship the God you worship, whatever God you worship, I'm going to worship him. Because whatever God you worshiping, that's the one I want. I might not even know him that well, but just looking at your life and how you raise your sons and how your son treated me when I was married to him, I want to follow you to wherever you go. And she didn't put one if on it. Be very careful, y'all, when you got to put an if on something. That means you haven't proven it. You're telling yourself that you don't trust it if you put an if on it. And if you put an if on something, you probably got real good reason of why you're doing it. Don't work against your own conscience. A lot of people get married to people, and guess what? The Holy Spirit be telling them don't do it. A lot of people get pregnant by a person, and the Holy Spirit said don't do it. They go do it anyway. They're going against their conscience. And they going against their conscience because of information, intelligence that they already have playing in the background of their mind. And guess what they do? They just ignore it. For whatever reason. Maybe the person is rich. Maybe the person is well connected. Maybe the person got a good government job, or whatever, good education. Look at this, y'all. Boaz is giving Ruth the hookup. He's setting this woman up to level up in the nation of Israel. Is she in the field? Yeah, she in the field. But he making her job way easier in the field. He not whipping her with no lashes. He not giving her 100 lashes like you hear these guys standing on the corner talking about doing. Verse 17. So she gleaned in the field until evening and beat out that she had gleaned. This is a hardworking woman, y'all. So even though he was giving her a hookup, she wasn't taking advantage of it. Even though he was giving her the hookup and making her job way easier than everybody else of his servants, she didn't act with a sense of entitlement. See? Virtuous woman, not even an Israelite. So she gleaned in the field until evening and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. Verse 18. And she took it up and went into the city with her mother-in-law, saw that she and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she reserved after she was sufficed. So Ruth is a giver. She shared with her mother-in-law. She didn't hoard it. She realized that the reason why she was getting blessed is because her life was attached to Naomi. I have seen people win lotteries, and I'm talking about big lotteries. They don't even share it with their family. I've seen this with my own eyes. They don't even share it. They hoard it. They tell their family stuff like, you will get something when I die. But the only reason why they got what they got while they're living is because of the people that they're telling, you're not going to get nothing until I die. I've seen this. People that say they love God and want to go to heaven, this is what they do. But look at Naomi. Right away, she shares with Naomi. Ruth chapter 2, verse 19. And her mother-in-law said unto her, where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did taketh knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, the man's name with whom I wrought this today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be the Lord of Yahuwah, who have not left off his kindness in the living and the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me, thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. So Boaz wanted to see for himself if Ruth had a consistent work ethic. Look what he says. Watch this, y'all. Don't miss this. This is prophetic. Ruth chapter 2, verse 21. And Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me also, thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. Now the Bible says, well, I think it's let me see if I can find it. Isaiah 8:20. I want to show you something. I always get this wrong. Let's see. The harvest is past, the summer is ended. Oh, Jeremiah. Not Isaiah 8:20, Jeremiah 8:20. I always get that mixed up. Now watch it. In Jeremiah 8:20, it says this: the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. Now listen to this. We're gonna go back to the book of Ruth. Look at this, y'all. In Jeremiah 8:20, it says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. Look what it says right here. Ruth 2:21. And Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me also, thou hast kept fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. Jeremiah 8:20, it says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, we are not saved. And he tells Ruth to stay next close to my young men till my harvest has ended. What happens at the end of the harvest? At the end of the harvest, you make a judgment. He that is holy, let him be holy still. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. So when the harvest is past and the summer is ended, your character is fixed for eternity. It cannot be altered or changed. The reason why Joab tells Ruth to stay fast by my young men till the end of the harvest, so he can do a personal vetting. Now, let me drop knowledge on you right now. When you get an alpha report on somebody or a background check on somebody inside of Israel, that's part of the battle. That's part of the intelligence. The other intelligence is you got to get your own intelligence gathering and see and prove what you've already read from the alpha report of other people. In other words, you have to be an eyewitness. Is anybody listening to me? See, a lot of people, they just go on what other people say. They'll get an alpha report from this person. They get information from that person, and they'll stop right there. No, you got to have your own information. You got to corroborate the information that you received. Let me tell you, if you do this, y'all, it's going to be very hard for people. It's going to be very, very hard for people to deceive you. It's going to be very, very hard for groups of people to deceive you, because you can get a whole bunch of a whole bunch of people together to lie. You just can't go on that. You got to be an eyewitness. You got to have your own intelligence gathering, your personal. So it's nothing wrong with getting corporate or external information. It's nothing wrong with that. But along with that, you got to corroborate that information by having your own, and to see if they both are consistent. This is why so many people get caught up in schemes on the internet and on this ministry and that ministry. Everybody just following people just because they sing in the Shama. That's the only reason why people are getting a big following. If you get enough people together singing the Shama, and everybody get that little warm, fuzzy feeling, they don't care nothing about alpha reports, intelligence, background. They don't care. It's like, boy, we sounded good, didn't we? We sounded so good. Here I am. Yeah, and we just get caught away like on a cloud. That's all. We see people having a good time, like, boy, I wish I was there. You don't know what you wishing you was a part of. All you see is people singing the Shama, and you get caught up. You're getting caught up just because you saw people on the internet singing the Shama. That's what it takes for the devil to deceive you. That's what it takes for the devil to deceive you. If I can get 200 people together to sing the Shama, you will follow them over a cliff? Really? Oh, come on, y'all. Please stop. This don't even sound like... Right. I'm sorry to hear that, Pamela. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you'll be able to save them from the grasp of false prophets. You got your work cut out for you. You got people singing the Shama, and they're passing out witchcraft charms, witch charms to the women, like Holden and Dawid are doing over there at the Ark. Yeah, they sing the Shama. It sounds good. I'm not gonna hate. It sounds good. Yeah, they do a good job singing the Shama. But why they passing out witchcraft bracelets? Huh? That's what I'm talking about. See? And I don't care how much you sing the Shama. It's not gonna drown out the fact that you into some witchcraft. People singing the Shama as a cover for wickedness. But anyway, let's finish this chapter. Ruth chapter 2, verse 21. And Ruth the Moabitess said, he said unto me also, thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest. Why? Because by the time they ended the harvest, Boaz was going to have his own intelligence on what kind of woman Ruth really was for real, while she was working, not while she was twerking. Verse 22, and Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou goest out with his handmaids, that they meet thee not in thy other field. Wow. Listen to that, y'all. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou goest out with his handmaids, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz, to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. So she worked with Boaz until the end of the harvest. The end of the harvest is when character is formed and finalized. Jeremiah 8:20, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. But there are going to be those that are saved. Yes, the foolish virgins, they won't be saved. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I enjoyed the banter between Boaz and Ruth. I love the foundation that Naomi set up for Ruth. It's just beautiful. And they're not even courting. They're not even courting yet. All this macking going on, and they're not even courting yet. He's still filling her out. He's still gathering intelligence on her. Notice that Boaz didn't jump in the bed with Ruth in chapter 2. Notice that? Y'all notice that, right? Because today, by the time you got to verse 1 of chapter 2, the average Hebrew Israelite would be in the bed with Ruth or be trying to get her in the bed. They wouldn't have waited all the way down to no verse 20, nothing. They wouldn't even made it to the end of the chapter. They would have made it to the end of the chapter without trying to get in the bed with Ruth. They would have been trying to get in the bed with Ruth on Ruth chapter 2, verse 1. See? So this speaks to the character of Boaz. And let me tell you this, the Bible don't say if Boaz was married already. He may have had a wife already. Boaz may have had a wife already. Or he may not have. But anyway, I wanted to just cover this Ruth chapter 2. And I think I'm going to do chapter 3 and 4. I might as well do the whole book at another time. But I really enjoyed this, and it really showed me what to focus on and what to teach my sons and daughters as they're looking for when they will be looking for mates. But anyway, you all take it easy. This is Prophet Roe Nabi, family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans who are Israelites. You all have a wonderful day, and I'm going to say shalom. Yep, and people still follow them. I'm reading Judges 5:1, the song of Deborah. and Barak. Where are the virtuous women at? They out there. Let me tell you something, son. All good seed will find fertile ground. If a man builds up the ground that's around him, seed is going to come. He's going to be able to find good seed to plant into the ground. In other words, you're going to be able to find a virtuous woman. But let me throw this out to you. Let me throw this out. If a woman has a problem with the word of God to the point that she can't even hear it, yeah, just keep it moving. Keep it moving. If a man has a problem with any part of God's word to the point that he can't even hear it, can't tolerate it, keep it moving. Keep it moving, y'all. That's a deal breaker. They can't even listen to it. They can't even hear it out. Keep it moving. Man or woman. Don't go marry no woman that ain't virtuous. And let me tell you something. You might meet a woman and she might not be virtuous when you first meet her. Maybe y'all got married, but she has a heart for being virtuous if she knew what it was, if it was showed to her. Don't marry a woman or a man who picky about serving the Most High. Don't do it, y'all. That's a sign right there. Your conscience is telling you, no. It's not going to end well. Don't tie yourself to people like that, because by becoming, you're going to become changed into the same image, or you're going to be diminished. You're not going to be all you can be. There's going to be a constant weight on you. And you can't blame them after the fact. When you walk into something like that with your eyes wide open, you just can't do it. I don't care how many years you got in the relationship, it's not worth it. It's really not. Please save yourself. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. And let me say this again, y'all. Hey, women, you have not broken a covenant with no man if a man changes the environment that you made the covenant in. The Most High don't change the environment. If a man changes the environment that you gave wedding vows into, he's already broke the covenant. That's the covenant being broken right there. But of course, he gonna point at you. See, you said the death do us part. Yeah. Be very careful, y'all. Those are Jedi mind tricks. You make an agreement with somebody under certain circumstances, and then what they do, they change the circumstances and then try to keep you tied to what you said. No, it's already been changed because you changed the environment. I don't know why people keep playing this game. But anyway, y'all take it easy. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful Sabbath. Get your rest. Listen to some spiritual stuff, something that'll quiet your mind, something that give you peace in your soul as you meditate today. All right? All right, you all take it easy. Shalom.